we were trying to reflect upon the leadership challenge in India. And we also were trying to look into our past history to draw some lessons, some ideas for promoting a new set of leaders in India. And in the process, we have seen all of us are leaders. All of us have the capacity to become the Prime Minister. If a chaiwala can become Prime Minister, why can't you and I? Anybody can become anything. We have that potential. So we all are born leaders. We can be trained to become leaders. And we have seen these days there are no followers, all are leaders. All are leaders. Because challenges are such, there is no ready-made solution. There is no one shoe fits all solution in the world today. Each one of you has to have to face your challenge in your own unique way. And we also seen, we all can be leaders, and we all are leaders in our own respective area. At least at home you are a leader. Dealing with your own complex life, you have to become a leader. Leader is one who takes decisions. Leader is one who feels responsible for his or her decision. Leader is one who enjoys being challenged. Leader is one who is comfortable with uncertainties, ambiguities. Because his uncertainty and ambiguity is an opportunity for him to explore his infinitude, his infinite self. These were the things we were seeing the last 4 days. And we also have seen a leader doesn't run away from challenges. The world is an opportunity, not a calamity. You don't want to escape from the world, and you can't escape. Wherever you go, you see a world of challenges, uncertainties. So first principle is don't run away from challenges. Challenges are opportunity. Though there are uncertainty, risks are there. Unless you take risk, you will not be able to create a new life. So don't run away from challenges. And also detach from the body, mind, ego complex. That's a tool with which you interact with the world. The body, mind, ego complex with which you are identified now. At this point you think, I am the body, I am the mind, I am my ego, my identity. So you are something beyond that. This body, mind, ego complex is only a tool, like even a car or a computer. This tool you have to use to interact with the world. Unless you detach from this tool, you will not be able to use this tool. The tool will use it. So therefore, through meditation and detachment and reflectivity, contemplation, understand that the body is a tool. The body you have to nurture, nourish, train, do exercise, get up in the morning, do exercise, walk, eat properly, because it's a tool. Eat properly, digest what you have eaten. If you are not hungry, don't eat. You don't have to eat 3 times a day unless you are hungry. So this way we have to nurture and train the body as a tool, like even a barber constantly sharpen his knife. Constantly sharpen his knife. Similarly, you have to constantly sharpen the body. Eat properly at the right time. Do exercise. Similarly, your emotions. Emotions are a powerful tool. If you are not emotional, you cannot do anything. Then you become passive. There is no energy. There is no motivation. So use your emotion, but wisely. The passion is necessary. So the emotional, what they call these days, they call emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence to understand your emotion, other person's emotions also. When you understand your emotion, you can understand the other person's emotion. What we call these days compassion. Compassion means passion for everything. You need that compassion. Or, so that is, understand your emotion, use your emotion, don't denounce your emotion. They are the powerhouse. They give you a lot of energy, those emotions. Then you also have to, intellectual clarity is very important. Ability to prioritize, see what is important, first things first. Don't do everything together, then you get confused. So the ability to prioritize your objectives and your goals and say what is important, what is less important, what can come first, what should come second, all those intellectual clarity is very, very important. Then also you should know you have an ego, identity, an ability to promote yourself. If you don't promote yourself, nobody will promote you. If you don't assert yourself, everybody will take you like a doormat. So your identity is very, very important. Your identity is a unique identity. That unique identity is what you are bringing onto the table, onto the workplace. You are not a carbon copy. Your body, mind, ego is a unique entity. It cannot be replicated. So discover your uniqueness. What you can contribute to the symphony of the world. Like an orchestra, people bring different instruments and play their instruments and contribute to the orchestra. Similarly, what you can contribute. What is your special mission in this world? So all these, the ego, body, mind, emotions, this cluster, this karyakarana kalaba, this cluster, is the tool which you use. And to see it as a tool, you must detach from that, which is possible through reflection and contemplation. So detach from the body, mind, ego complex, use it as a tool to interact with the world so that becomes pliable in your hand. This is called contemplative action in the world. Contemplative action. So we have to incorporate the Krishna and Arjuna both in your life. Arjuna is action, Krishna is contemplation. So the contemplative Krishna, which is your universal consciousness, to which you have got access now, and the active Arjuna is the body, mind, ego complex, and the Kurukshetra is the world. And Krishna says, Tasmat Muttishta Yasholabhasva Jitva Shatrun Bhungshva Rajyam Samruddham Mayaya Vede Nihada Purvameva Nimitta Matram Bhava Savisaji. This is Krishna's advice. Tasmat Muttishta Yasholabhasva Jitva Shatrun Bhungshva Rajyam Samruddham. You fight on, he says. Be in the world. Fight on does not mean you take the sword and plunge into somebody's stomach. That's not the fight on. Discover unique mission. What you can contribute into the world. What difference you can make into the world. See that. So, tasmata muttishta yasholabhasva. Thus earn kirti, yashas. Earn the respect of others by your good works, by your contribution into the world. Earn the respect of others. Tasmata muttishta yasholabhasva jitva shatrun bhungsha rajyam samruddham. Win over all the enemies. Enemy, mainly the enemy is within you, not outside. Enemy is outside. When you win over those enemies, jitva shatrun bhungsha rajyam samruddham, and enjoy the world. That is the real enjoyment. Enjoy the world by disciplining yourself, by contributing something to the world. Thus all of you can become a leader, provided you are led by the self, that infinite consciousness, the inner light, inner whisper. Follow that and make your life a happy experience. So this world is the Kurukshetra. It's a Dharmakshetra also. Kurukshetra means where the fight is going on. Maybe the good and bad. the desirable and the undesirable, and the fight is constantly going on in your mind. So win this battle and enjoy the world. So I have given you some slogans. What is the slogan? Detached engagement. Renounce and rejoice. Renounce and rejoice. Don't seek happiness, but express your happiness. These are some of the slogans that I have given you during these lectures. I repeat once again: detach and engage. Renounce and rejoice. Don't seek happiness, but express your natural happiness. So when you express your natural happiness, you can go deep and draw from your own inner resources. Similarly, goal seeking is God seeking. As you seek your goals outside, work towards your goals outside, you will be able to grow inward. That growing inward is by seeking and realizing outward goals. That's the only way to grow inward. Like a tree which wants to touch the stars has to grow deep roots into the abyss. Similarly, don't react but respond. Don't react but respond. Reaction is a situation where the outside events control you. Response is where you control the outside event. So don't react but respond. So these are some of the slogans. And you are your own leader. Nobody can lead you. And also we have seen that things are changing so fast, old solution will not work. So memory, knowledge, imagination, etc. is not going to help you. You have to draw inspiration from within yourself. That infinite resource, you can access that. That is what is called self-directed leadership. And now I am going to tell you a few stories where these management lessons can be drawn from, or leadership lesson. It's a very important management sutra or leadership sutra is that about Vishnu. Vishnu is supposedly the chief CEO of the world. The world is there and somebody has to manage it. Somebody has to organize and lead, take decisions. Wherever problem comes, somebody has to step in. So Vishnu is supposedly the manager, the CEO of the world. Brahma is the chairman. He is a non-functioning person. He doesn't take much interest. He creates the organization, keeps the chairman, he is the founder and chairman, but Vishnu is the CEO. He is the one who firefighting. He is the one who sees what is going on. He is the one who offers solution. So let us take Vishnu as the CEO of the world, this complex world. You are not able to manage even your household. A wife, children, a servant, maybe in-laws. That small household we are not able to manage. You say, Swamiji, I am tired, please lift me. Can I come to your ashram? Don't come to my ashram because you cannot solve your problem when you come to my ashram and create more problems. I have enough problems in my hand. So, that simple organization we are not able to manage. Even your own body, mind, you are not able to manage. Utterly confused. So, whereas Vishnu is managing the whole universe, look at his responsibility. And at the same time, though Vishnu is managing the whole universe, he is all the time sleeping. This is very interesting. Vishnu is sleeping, Vishnu is very relaxed, he is never tense. That is why Shandakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham, Suresham, Vishwadharam, Gagana Sadrisham, Meghavarnam, Shubhangam, Lakshmi Kandam, Kamalanayanam, Yogi Birdhyanagamyam, Vande Vishnum, Bhavavayagaram, Sarvalogaikanatham. I think this sloga is the top-notch management or leadership teaching, this particular sloga. If you remember it, reflect upon that, It will help you to solve all your problems. This is what this management institute should teach us. IIM and Calcutta, Ahmedabad, all these management institutes, they should teach this lesson. This is there in our scriptures, in our tradition. So look at Vishnu. He is in charge of the whole world, and somehow or other the world is being managed well. The sun is rising at the right time, sets at the right time, season come on the right time. The earth is going around the sun 12,000 miles per hour, that speed, and then turning around itself, creating day and night. And the mango seed produces mango fruit, coconut seed produces coconut fruit. There is no confusion anywhere. And you are breathing properly, your blood is flowing, you are digesting what you are eating. And you are not responsible for all that. For breathing, you are not responsible. If you are responsible, you may forget to breathe. It's all automated. The digestion, you are not responsible. Even swallowing food, you are not responsible. It is all happening automatically. And who is responsible for all this? Vishnu is responsible. Somebody should be responsible for this organized activity. Everything is beautifully going on. The only problem creating factory is you and I. Everything else is proper. The birds are happy. There is one bird who from Alaska, it flies all the way to New Zealand, 7,000 miles. Non-stop. Non-stop it flies. From Alaska to New Zealand, 7,000 miles. Doesn't take any rest in between. It flies non-stop. And it eats for 2-3 months to fuel itself, the fuel. It eats. Then it takes off. In between doesn't eat. It's like a non-stop flight. You have to have enough petrol, isn't it? In between you cannot refuel it. So the bird knows how much fuel is necessary. It eats as much as necessary. Then it flies non-stop to New Zealand. There it lays its egg, hatches its chicks. Then it flies back. When it flies back, the chicks are with it. They are not trained much. So they have to take a halt at South Korea, it seems. I'm not joking. This is what is happening in the world. And then from there takes a stop at South Korea and again resumes its flight back to Alaska. And Alaska, this chick grows into full-fledged bird. And then again it resumes its journey. So who controls all this? If you look at all this, it's a vismaya, it's a big, great mystery. And things are all happening beautifully. And who is responsible? We say it is Vishnu. And this person who is responsible for all this well-organized cosmos, and human beings, you and I create problem. We create problem. The roof and crown of creation is a problem. So it's a self-created problem, and you cannot blame Vishnu for that. And Vishnu, being the CEO of the whole world, he is Shantakaram. He is very, very calm, he says. This is one of the very most important managerial leadership principle. You should always be calm. Under pressure, dignity. You should be dignified under pressure. You should not behave like a monkey under pressure. The more the pressure, the more dignified you are, the more calm you are. So that is the first principle that this particular slogan teaches us, Shantakaram, a peaceful disposition. Not even a muscle should move on your body under pressure. More the pressure, the more peaceful you are. Shantakaram. That is the first principle of effective leadership. Shantakaram. That's why people will come to you, because you are calm. If you yourself are disturbed, then nobody is going to come to you. Yourself are disturbed, then you cannot invoke the spiritual power and insight and wisdom. So Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam. And where is Vishnu lying? Bhujaga on a snake. A snake with 1,000 hoods. Imagine you are sleeping near a snake. What will happen to you? Your blood will curdle, isn't it? Impossible. Impossible to sleep near a snake. So similarly, leader will have all kind of snakes around them. Ask Modi, he will tell you. All kind of snakes. All kind of snakes ready to bite you and poison you. So Mahatma Gandhi also had a lot of kind of snakes around. All leaders, those who take decisions, there will be several pulls, contradictory pulls on his attention and energy. And if you don't give them attention, they become your enemy. So Vishnu is sleeping on a serpent, which has got 1,000 hoods. So 1,000 serpent represent these problems, these enemies, these problems. Even though he is sleeping on the serpent, in the midst of problem, Vishnu is quiet, he says. Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam. This is a very important idea. So a leader will not run away from problem. Leader courts the problem, befriend the problem, engage in a conversation with the problem, interrogates the problem. Because these problems are opportunities for me. So Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham. In the midst of these problems grows a Padma, a lotus. From Vishnu's Nabhi, navel, grows a lotus. Because when you encounter these problems, creative ideas spring out of you. This lotus represents creative idea. Because on the lotus sits Brahma, who is creating the world. So Brahma represents these creative ideas. He sits on the lotus. You know the Puranic story. Brahma, Vishnu's navel, a lotus grows and Brahma sits and Brahma chant Om. As he chants Om, the universe manifests. And as he stops chanting the Om, universe unmanifests. So this lotus represents creativity. So to be a creative person, you should be under stress. If you are on the comfort zone, then there is no creativity. But enough stress, not overstressed. Like a musical instrument. The musical instrument, the string should have enough tightness. If it is too tight, you cannot pluck music. If it is too loose, you cannot pluck music. It should have enough tension. So that amount of tension. If you have no tension at all, it's a problem. So many years should be allowed. So as you encounter these situations, as these problems, then your creative juices become active. You become creative. New ideas comes to you. New ways of problem solving comes to you. And you become a highly creative person. So Padmanabham, this Padma grows out of Vishnu, that shows his creativity. So Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham. Padma means a lotus, Vishnu's navel. And most of the creativity springs from your stomach, you must have seen that. Whenever you are stressed out, it is experienced in the stomach. When you are in a creative mode, it is experienced in the stomach. Stomach is the creative brain. This brain is not that creative. This brain is a latest addition. It is rational. Rationality can deal with the known situation. Unknown situation can be dealt with only that creative spurt from you. So you experience, that's why the lotus grows in the navel. So Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham, Suresham. Vishnu is the leader of leaders, he says. Suras are devas. Devas themselves are very smart people, very knowledgeable people. So you are not only a leader of the masses, you also have the leader of smart thinkers. That is what is lacking these days. If you are a leader of the masses, you can get elected. you can become the Prime Minister. But you have no connection with the thinkers, intellectual, think tanks, new ideas. So you should not only be a mass leader, you also should be a leader of thinkers, creative people. That's why Suresham. These days we find populist leaders who can rabble rouse the crowd, and the crowd gives you the vote. You sit in the parliament, and then you are doing things you can please the crowd. Pamararanjagatum. Pamaras means ordinary, thoughtless people. That is what they are. They are the people who is your constituency. As a result of that, you are adrift. You don't have any direction because you don't have sound economic policies, because sound economics is poor politics. Sound politics, poor economics. So you must be able to get the admiration and the respect of intellectuals. That's very, very important. That is what Gandhi's strength. Gandhi could encounter any intellectual. Tagore and Gandhi discussion. If you have read the letters, Tagore and Gandhi. Tagore was a great intellectual, poet, thinker. And Gandhi, there is a correspondence between Tagore and Gandhi, and Tagore is the one who called Gandhi father of the nation, Bapu. And his correspondent Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose vehemently opposed Mahatma Gandhi, but they are correspondent. And Subhash Chandra Bose announced Gandhi. For the first time, he is the father of the nation. Tagore only privately conveyed it. Nehru, another intellectual. Patel, Jinnah, correspondence with Jinnah. Very interesting if you read those correspondences with Jinnah. So Gandhi was such a leader. Not only he has a command over the mass psyche, he also could earn the respect of thinkers, intellectuals. That is why Suresham, you should be the leader of thinkers. They are the one who will challenge you. Chanakya says a king should always be surrounded by able ministers. King should never take a decision without consulting these ministers. He cannot just take his own unilateral decision. Consult, create consensus, and respect dissent. If somebody dissent with you, disagree with you, you should consult with that person, because he may have a new way of doing things. It's not just a blind dictatorship of the leader. The leader is always ready for consultation and disagreement, dissent, opposition. That churning has to happen. So Suresham. So Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam, all this imagery should come in your mind when I say these words. Shantakaram. Shantakaram means you are always peaceful. You are never provoked. When you are provoked, you say foolish things. When you are provoked, you will call your own son of a donkey, isn't it? If your son is son of a donkey, who is the real donkey? You are the donkey. You don't know that. You seem to be shouting at your son, but you are shouting at yourself. You are saying you are the donkey, old donkey. Then you say, I am sorry, but you have said it. And your son says that is the only truth you have ever said, that I am a son of a donkey. So this way, when you are provoked and agitated, then you say foolish things, take a wrong decision. And the rest of the life, you have to rue the decision you have taken. Decide in haste and repent in leisure, as they say. So you should be always calm. So Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham. And that state where you are being challenged, then your creative juices flow. You become a creative person. Maybe that is the reason during the independence struggle we created a lot of great leaders. Now after independence, you got the power and you are comfortable, there is no challenge, and therefore our leadership quality also come down. Now there is a leadership deficit in this world, in our country. Leadership deficit. Not only in our country, all over the world. There is a leadership deficit. There is no morally, ethically grounded leaders in this world. So Shantakaram Pujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam. And he is the Vishwadharam. He is the very foundation of the organization. He is the ground where the organization stands, where the country stands, where the household stands. So he is the foundation, the stable foundation. Everything else is constantly changing. But this leader is a stable foundation. You can always depend upon this person. You can always go for advice. He will always help you. So, Vishwadharam. Vishwa means Vividha Pratyagamyam, thought. He has discovered the very foundation of thought. Vishwadharam. So don't be a prisoner of your thoughts. Your thought is changing. You can think something today, something else tomorrow. So don't become a prisoner of thought. Become the foundation of thought, he says. Vishwadharam. Gagana Sadrisham. And the leader should be like a space. Space has got two significance. One is that space is not tainted by anything. Space, nothing taints the space. The dust and the clouds doesn't taint the space. Space is immune. It's so pure. Like our Prime Minister. Whatever you accuse him, he is some other escapes. Some other escapes. All kind of allegations against him. But people know he is incorruptible. He may have many other defects. But one thing nobody doubts. Our Prime Minister is incorruptible. His ideas may be wrong, he may be over-enthusiastic, he may be a flashy person, all those things. But that nobody can accuse him of corruption. Personally, he is incorruptible. So a leader should be like above board. Nobody should be able to raise an accusing finger against that person. So that is the one meaning of Vishwa. Gagana Sadrisham. Gagana means space, Akasha. And another implication is this, is all embracing, inclusive. Anybody can walk up to him and speak his mind. He is ready to listen to the truth. People can go up to that person, the leader, and speak the truth to that person. That's when he is an inclusive person. So the polarizing politics is not helpful. I don't have anything in mind, don't get me wrong. When I say polarizing politics, divide and rule is not good. That is a British policy. You cannot do it in an independent country. You should bring as many people as possible on the table. Everybody should have a place. In Dasharatha's cabinet, one of the ministers represents the materials, Charvakas. Charvaka also had a place. Of course, you may disagree with Charvaka. Charvaka means a populist. A populist. So he also had a place, Dasharatha's ministry. So similarly, the leader should be inclusive. Polarizing politics. These polarizing politics has paralyzed the world today. Whether it is in America or Britain or India, we are following the polarizing politics. We have no toleration for the other, the difference. So if you want to create a society or a community or a country, you should be able to involve everybody in the discussion. Everybody should be heard. Everybody should have a place. So, Gagana Sadrisham, Meghavarnam. And Vishnu's complexion is the dark cloud, is a complexion. Dark cloud represents nurture and nourishment. Because dark cloud precipitate as rain. When the rain comes, the earth is bounteous crops, isn't it? So, the leader should be nurturing, nourishing everybody. And rain doesn't discriminate. between A and B and C and D. So the rain comes and everybody is benefited. So similarly, Vishnu, the leader, is a nurturing and nourishing and empathetic person. Everybody feels encouraged in his presence. Maybe you are opposing, he may be opposing you. Still you have to encourage that person if you have a new idea. He may be opposing because he is the one who is giving you the challenge. The other person is only yes people. Yes, yes, yes sir, yes sir, yes ma'am. Here is a person ready to stand up and argue with you, challenge you, stimulate you. So, Meghavarnam means nurture all. All are my children, my citizens. So, Meghavarnam, Shubhangam. A Shubhanga means a presence where you feel at peace. Shubhangam. I can only remember Mahatma Gandhi rotating his charkha, working on his charkha. Absolute calm. And when you move into his presence, you also become calm. When you are calm, your best personality, best ideas come up, surface. So be calm. Shubhangam. Angam means the body. The body itself is auspicious, he says. That some people when you see, you get all kind of wrong ideas. Some people when you see them, you get all noble ideas. Have you noticed that? Some people presence create all kind of disturbance in you. You become a Buddha. Some people presence, you become a Buddha. The very presence. He has not even uttered a word. The very presence is enough. That the best in you manifest. You become like a magnet. So the way you sit, the way you look, the way you raise your hand, the way your fingers move, all has meaning. Then Ananda asked a question to Buddha. Buddha only did like this. These days we do like this, isn't it? These are all meaningful. How you raise your finger. So your very physical presence can have a magnetic effect to the people around you. That's a leader. So that's why Shubhangam. So Shantakaram. So you have to learn this sloka by heart. This is a great management or leadership book, I tell you. This particular sloka. Shantakaram Pujakashayanam Patmanabam Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadusham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kandam. And in spite of all this, he is Lakshmi Kandaha. He is the owner of Lakshmi. Lakshmi means wealth, prosperity, GDP, the modern language. So, you are a master of wealth. Wherever you are, money comes. Again Gandhi. Wherever he is, money comes. People give money to him. They know money is safe with the Gandhi. He is not a profligate spendthrift. So, he uses the money wisely. So, such a person alone can own wealth, handle wealth with responsibility. Lakshmi will be happy to be with the Narayana, he says. Because she knows she will be taken care of. You will handle your wealth with responsibility. So prosperity goes. That's why there are some people who say, court to Narayana, not to Lakshmi. Lakshmi will always go with the Narayana, such a people, such a person. So Lakshmi Kandam, Kamalanayanam. And Vishnu has this big eyes, Kamalanayanam. A eye as large as the lotus petal. Very beautiful eyes. Very kind eyes. Compassionate, kind, intelligent eyes. And eyes which can see through things. This is a very important quality for a businessman or a politician. When you meet a person, even without talking, you must be able to see through, which is very important. Because most of the decisions are taken with that insight. If I talk to somebody, they can talk big things. Oh, I did this, I did that, I can do that. But you must be able to cut through and see the heart, the true intention, true agenda of the person. When you talk to business people, successful business people do that. When a customer comes, he knows whether he is going to buy or just trying to waste your time. And if the true customer says, "Aapko Coca-Cola pilao, air conditioner dalo," isn't it? Because he knows he is going to buy. The other person, no Coca-Cola, no air conditioner, nothing. He knows he is a useless person. He is not a prospective buyer. So this ability to cut through the facade and see the true intent and the capacity of the person. That is what it says, Kamala Nayanam. Just one look, you can inspire you, you can see who you are, where are you coming from, what is your intent. That is a great quality for a leader. So Kamala Nayanam, Yogibir Dhyanagamyam. And he has the respect, whole attention of yogis. Yogis means capable people, disciplined people. Disciplined people flock around such a person. Yogibir Dhyanagamyam. Not just riffraff hanging around you, wasting your time. You have these capable people. Again Gandhi. Look at such giants around him. Sardar Patel, Maulana Azad, Rajendra Prasad, Nehru, those great people. They are all hanging around Gandhi. Gandhi is sitting in a little hut in Wardha. Very difficult to reach there. There is only one train, third-class train. All the leaders will go there. If Mountbatten has a problem, he has to call Gandhi. There is one telephone hanging in his room. Those days, even calling on the phone is difficult. But they will approach. All the smart people are focused on this. So, Yogibir Dhyanagamyam, Vande Vishnum, such a Vishnu who is everywhere, though he is sleeping. He has got a CCTV camera in his room. As a result of that, he knows all that is happening in the world. And he is sitting quiet. So Vishnu means everywhere, being in one place. That is Vishnu. So Vande Vishnu, it's like a modern world, you can be anywhere and be everywhere, isn't it? You can sit here and control the company in America. You can sit in America and control your house in Ahmedabad. From there, they can open the house, clean the house, see what is happening. You are still sitting in America. Such facilities are possible. So Vishnu is like that. One place, but he is everywhere. Vande Vishnum Bhava Bhaya Haram. And this is the clinching word. He creates no conflict or fear in anybody. This is not a fear-based leadership. It is an inspiration-based leadership. Bhava Bhaya Haram. It doesn't cause any fear. Generally, we lead by creating fear, by the power of punitive power. If you don't listen to me, I will punish you. Vishnu has persuasive power. Though he has got punitive power, he uses it very rarely. When time comes, he uses his chakra, of course. The chakra should be used very rarely. Don't use it all the time. It is only very rarely. It is only a deterrent. The chakra is a deterrent. Used very sparingly. But he has it. So Vishnu rules by inspiring you, persuading you, not by terrorizing you, creating fear. That's a very important thing for leadership. If I create terror in you, you just become my servant. You will become a yes person. I need a person who challenges me. So I had to be fearless. So bhava, bhaya, haram. Don't create fear. Whether you are a teacher or a father or a parent, don't create fear in your student. If you create fear with a stick, I know when I was a student, early days, my teacher comes with a stick. My God, I am terrorized. Then I don't listen to whatever he says. I am scared. I want to run away from this bus. Or your father comes with a stick. Those days are over. That's not the way to mentor or train people. Be fearless. Create fearlessness. You are free to express yourself. So bhava bhaya haram. It doesn't create, leader doesn't create fear. Sarva logaikanatham. And he is a leader for all. He is Sarva loganam ekanatham. Anybody can go to that person. So take this as your leadership mantra. Print it and put it in your office room. Print it and put it in your home. Print it and put it in your boardroom. This particular mantra, I repeat once again, Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Patmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrusham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogibirdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokekanatham. Another great leader, today is Shivaratri. We all are worshipping Shiva. Shiva is taken as a role model. And you say Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender myself to Shiva. Then you say Shivoham, I am Shiva. I surrender myself to Shiva. When you surrender, you become a Shiva. So, morning you say Om Namah Shivaya, evening Shivoham, Shivoham. And one interesting quality of Shiva, Shiva meditates and dances. These are the two activities of Shiva. He meditates and dances. So, from the meditative state, he creates energy. And then he dances. He dances, he creates the whole universe. So, the meditative dance, which is very important. That's the quality of a leader. And if you have seen observed a dancer, she dances, her limbs are flying all over, his hair, limbs and clothes and leg and all that, but she is very centered. She is very centered. Though her limbs are moving, his mind is focused. Focused in her own center, is centered. So that centered dance, that is what Shiva is all about. A good leader also should be like that. They are centered and he is engaged. Centered engagement. That is the message of Shiva. And another interesting aspect of Shiva is, you know that churning of the ocean of milk, which I am going to tell you that story. If time permits, the churning of the ocean of milk. Have you heard that story? Churning ocean of milk. Samudra Madhan. Samudra Madhan. Chirabdi Madhan. Madhan means churning. When they churned the ocean of milk, that's a great enterprise, bipartisan enterprise. In that churning, both the Devas and Asuras participate. Any national endeavor should be a bipartisan effect. It cannot be a unilateral effort. So in churning, both the Asuras and Devas participate. They are the major opposition parties. The Congress and the BJP, something like that. Don't ask me who is the Asuras in this. That's up to you. You can decide. According to your inclination, you can say this party is Asura, that party is Deva. But the main point is, they have to come together. Because the Devas became decrepit, old and Jara, Nara. They became tired and old. Like the Congress party. Same old people leading, and it became a decrepit, powerless party. So Devas go to Vishnu, ask him, what should we do? We have become old, we are tired, we are confused, no new ideas, and we want to rejuvenate ourselves. Vishnu said, churn the ocean of milk. Churn the ocean of milk. So in churning the ocean of milk, you have to get the support of everybody. You have the support of the Nagas, mountains, herbs and medicines, and the ocean itself. Then alone you can churn it. And churn the road, running, like churning the milk, curd. So similarly to churn, you need a road. You also need a rope. And you also need two parties. Otherwise you cannot churn. One party will pull left, another party will have to pull right. So you have to pulling right and left, then the alone churning can take place. So Vishnu advised Indra, engage in this churning process so that you can get a lot of wealth. Amrut. Drinking that Amrut, you can revive yourself. You can rejuvenate yourself. But Indra said, no, I cannot go to the Asuras. Asuras are our enemy. We have got ideological differences. But my God, for the nation, forget about your ideological differences, come together. Your nation is sinking. Your nation become old and decrepit. It's time for you to revive the nation. So Vishnu somehow or other persuaded Indra, go to the Asuras. Asuras are their eternal enemy, I tell you. Indra says, no, my pride doesn't allow me to do that. I have been opposing them all the time. Vishnu said, then you continue to be old and decrepit, sick. So finally Vishnu persuades Indra, go and talk to them. And Asuras felt very proud. Indra is coming. So Asuras received them, received Indra, and they engaged into a contract, an agreement. There will be a national unity government, let me say, put it that way. A bipartisan government, national unity. And then they started the churning. And Mandhara, the mountain, came to help Indra. So Mandhara became the churning road. There's a lot of leadership lessons in all this, I tell you. Though it looks a story. The story, most of the things are told through stories. A lot of lesson in that. So the Mandhara became the churning road. Vasugi became the churning rope. Devas on one side, Asuras on the other side. Then alone the churning can take place. Brainstorming can take place. So before the churning start, Vishnu advised Indra, do one thing. There is a danger in this. Any enterprise, there will be a danger. There is a risk factor. Because of risk factor, people don't undertake anything. So the risk factor here is, Vasugi being the rope, in the process of churning, it will vomit poison. Poison. Whatever you undertake, there will be some poison, I tell you. And that poison, when Vasugi vomit that poison, those who stand on the head side, they will suffer. The head side of Vasugi. So make sure the Devas stand on the tail side, not on the head side. But how to convince the Asuras to stand on the head side so that Deva can stand on the tail side? You go and tell the Asuras. Asuras are very vainglorious people. Tell them you are inferior. Therefore you should stand on the tail side. We are superior, we will stand on the head side. This is called strategizing a project. Strategizing a project. See the weakness of your opponent, and you have to play upon their weaknesses. So when Indra told the Asuras, you are inferior to us, and Asuras also feel we are inferior. We are inferior. You are inferior to us, therefore you are fit to be on the tail side. We are superior to, so we will have to stand on the head side. The Asuras is nothing doing like that. We are the Dalits. We should stand on the head side. You are the upper caste. You should stand on the for a change. You have been standing on the head side all this while, and now let him stand on the head side. Indra said, nothing doing. We will stand on the head side. You will stand on the tail side. Asura said, then the contract is off. There is no churning. Unless you allow us to stand on the head side, we are not going to cooperate with you. So with much difficulty, finally Indra said, okay, I accept the deal. You will stand on the head side and we will stand on, do you get the message there? We will stand on the tail side. With much difficulty. Asuras thought we won. We won this argument. We are going to lead this project because we are on the head side. They did not know that they are digging their own grave. Now the Asuras on the head side, Devas on the tail side, the churning started. In between what happened, the mountains slipped because the snake is very viscous, very slimy. In the process, the mountain slipped, the road slipped, and the churning stopped. Great crisis. Like, we send this thing to the moon, and the moon, it landed, but in the wrong place. Now what to do? Again Indra goes to Vishnu. We don't know what to do. Vishnu took the form of a turtle. See, when a crisis comes, the top person has to come down, wherever the problem is. You cannot say, no, I will not come down. You have to roll up your sleeves. And then you have to get to the work site. So Vishnu became a turtle and went down and then lifted the mountain and stabilized it. There is where Vishnu, though he is sleeping all the time, when the crisis comes, he is there. When the crisis comes, he is there. And with a fresh mind. Sometimes, you need a fresh mind to solve the crisis. I had an experience like that. I had a computer, and the computer doesn't work. I hit it there, kicked there, pressed there, but whatever I did, the computer doesn't work. I got angry, I threw the computer and all that. And then I got an expert, please come and look at my computer. He came with a fresh eye, because I saw only the problem. Somebody has to see the solution. So he came, looked at it, he said, Swamiji, you are not plugged to the computer. Unless you plug it, how can it work? This is the golden rule in any problem solving. Most of the time it is a simple problem, though it looks very complex. We made it complex. Every complex problem has a simple heart. If you can touch there, it will work. I have not plugged the computer to the circuit. How will computer work? So Vishnu comes to solve the crisis, and now he is taking the role of a turtle. Goes under. This is a leadership. When a crisis is there, you must emerge. Otherwise, let others do the work. It is only when nobody can solve the problem, then you get it. So sure enough, halfway through the Vasugi vomits poison. Lot of asuras died in the process. Devas were saved. That is strategizing. You have to anticipate the problems, the calamities, and have a strategy to face those situations. And finally, Dhanvantari comes with a pot of Amrit. But when Dhanvantari came, the Asuras snatched it and ran away. My God. Now the whole effort is futile now. We did all this and Asura snatched it in. It can happen. You engage in a collaborative effort and then one party takes everything and you are kicked out. You are thrown out of the board. Thrown out of the board. Just some or other manages a majority. You put your money, you put your effort. Like Steve Jobs were thrown out of the Apple company. He is the one who started the whole thing. It was his idea. But when the company started bringing money, then he was thrown out. It can happen. You should be very careful. Any collaborative effort, you put your money, you put your sweat, you put your effort, and when the company is started bringing money, then you are thrown out. You look foolish, isn't it, in the process? So similarly, Asuras ran away. Now how what to do? Again Indra goes to Vishnu. Again Indra goes to, now what should I do? So Asuras took away the pot of nectar and they are in a hurry to distribute it also. The spoil. Immediately have to distribute so that you can go and enjoy, isn't it? You rob the bank and get to 25 lakhs and 10 people, they all distribute the money. One go to Goa, one go to Switzerland, one go to here. They have to spend the money. Asuras were ready to distribute that. And as they were distributing, there is quarrel. I need this much, you need that much. So they were fighting. After all, they were Asuras, lacking self-control. Then Vishnu comes in the form of a woman. These are all creative solutions. These are creative, unthinkable solutions, isn't it? Vishnu becoming the form of a woman, unthinkable. But he does that. He is ready to do anything to solve a problem. Innovative solution. So he comes in the form of a woman, he knows that alone will work, and Asuras are all came around this woman, very attractive, with her hair loose, and then with a ball she comes and then dancing, and then Asuras all got disturbed, and they forgot about the Amrit. Then comes around the woman, and they all of them want to marry the woman. She said, wait, let me think about that. First of all, let us solve this problem. So she is about to, so Asura said, okay, you distribute this. Vishnu is happy because he got possession of the nectar. He got possession of the nuclear bomb, isn't it? I always used to think, why America doesn't want Iran or North Korea to have an atom bomb? Because they are rogue states. If you have control of the atom bomb by the rogue state, we don't know how they will use it. Though it looks discriminatory. America can have atom bomb, why not Iran? Why not North Korea? It looks discriminatory. But at the same time, you cannot entrust a nuclear weapon with a rogue state who is not responsible to their people. That's the definition of a rogue state. The authorities who are not responsible to their people. Whereas America and India, they are responsible to their people. The leader cannot take a unilateral decision, arbitrary decision. So these weapons, these powerful tools must be held by people with a dharmic attitude, at least responsible to people. That is why Vishnu didn't want Asuras to take the nectar. So Vishnu said, okay, I will distribute it. Then again fight. Who should get first? Vishnu said, all of you close your eyes. I will distribute it. Asura was ready to do anything because they were infatuated by this lady. They closed their eyes. Vishnu ran away with this. Vishnu ran away with this. And he goes to Sargaloka and is being distributed in the Sargaloka. And then Vishnu said that, let Surya and Chandra be the great keepers, because I know the Asuras are on my heels. They are chasing me. They waited for some time and no, nothing is happening. They opened the eyes, the lady has disappeared, the Ambas also disappeared. Vishnu said, Surya and Chandra be the gatekeepers, we will distribute it. And while they are distributing, one of the Asuras got inside. He took the form of the Asuras can take any form, took the form of a Vadu, a Brahmachari. He slipped through the gate. And he also stretched the hand. He got some, and when he got it, he got a victorious smile. He smiled. When he smiled, that canine teeth showed. Then Surya and Chandra saw that, they cut him into pieces. That is why the Rahu and Ketu, that's what talking about. Rahu has got a head, Ketu has got the trunk. They are immortal because they took the nectar. They are there floating in the heaven, immortal. They cannot die. So the one message is, when you, by a sly, you get something, don't smile. I had such an experience. I was going through the immigration with a big box of books. And my people told definitely they will open it, because they want to know what is inside. It's just a cardboard box. All my books. But sometimes they suspect it is drug or something, and with a beard and all that, and this kind of clothing. In the Western countries, this is the cloth of a prisoner. I have always problem with this cloth. They think I am a escapee from the prison with a beard and all that. Islamic terrorist. They consider me an Islamic terrorist. I had several encounters with the police. They'll come converge on me, where are you going, what are you going? So I was passing through the immigration with this box. They did not ask me to open it. Some or other they didn't feel it. So I had this anxiety, they may ask me to open it. So once I got through, I smiled. And when you smile through the beard, it's a dangerous smile. They called me back. Open it. I had to open the whole thing, and then everywhere. Once you open it, putting it back is very difficult. I learned a lesson. When you go through the immigration successfully, never ever smile. Never, especially through the beard, never ever smile. But this guy in this particular Asura, he smiled. I got it. He smiled. And the canine teeth showed up. Immediately, Surya and Chandra was upon him, cut him to pieces. But because he took the Amruta, both the piece remained alive. That's just floating. What I am saying is, this particular yajna, the churning of the ocean, is a great management lesson. Great management lesson. Of bipartisan effort. Everybody is included. For a program of national revival, everybody is included. On the contrary, there are another yajna, that's called Daksha yajna. You must have heard Daksha yajna. Daksha wanted to spite Shiva. Today is Shivaratri. Because Daksha's daughter, Sati, wanted to marry Shiva. Daksha was a very sophisticated person. And his daughter, Sati, only daughter, wanted to marry Shiva. Shiva is an uncouth, living in the burial ground with the jada and snake and then bhasma and then kamantil and all that. Yaksha thought, I don't want him as a son-in-law, Shiva. Because he is not sophisticated enough to be the assembly of Yaksha. So when his daughter said, I want to marry Shiva, Daksha said, oh no, oh ma, no. That is why Sati got the name Uma. No. This man is not a respectable person. Shiva is not respectable. So, but Sadi, when you tell your daughter, when she is in love with someone, tell your daughter, no, no, it's not acceptable, then she gets more interested in that person. This is a common psychology. So she left home, married Shiva, and against the Daksha's will. The Daksha wanted to teach Shiva a lesson. She organized a big yajna. In a yajna, you have to involve everybody. That is one of the principal rule of yajna. Any effort, everybody should be involved. But Yasha organized the yajna to spite Shiva. But then the yajna was organized, everybody is invited, everybody is coming, only Shiva is missing, son-in-law is missing. But the daughter, Sati, Yasha's daughter and Shiva's wife, Sati, she said, told Shiva, no, I want to go, my father is doing all this, all my friends are coming, all my relatives are coming, and I feel excluded, I must go there. And Shiva said, okay, you can go. I won't recommend that, but if you are insisting, you can go. And she goes there. And Yaksha in his welcome speech welcomed everybody and started dismissing Shiva. Shiva is this, Shiva is that, I did not invite him, he is uncouth, blah, blah, blah. Hearing that, Sati jumps into the sacrificial fire. Sati jumps into the sacrificial fire, immolates herself. And then Shiva comes to know that. Shiva got angry. Shiva called all his Bodhaganas, came here and destroyed everything. Cut Yaksha's head. Put a god's head on Yaksha's body. At the end of the yajna, yajna was not successful. Yaksha lost his head. This is a wrong way of organizing a yajna. So there is a comparison. The other is churning the ocean of milk. This is Yaksha yajna. One is ended in total failure problem. The other was very, very successful. So this is a comparison of these two yajnas is a good lesson in leadership. So with this I conclude.
Namaskar Swamiji and good evening to all. Swami Bodhananda Saraswati is an Indian spiritual leader and teacher of meditation, yoga and Vedanta. He is the spiritual founder and chairman of the Sw.Bodh Foundation, USA and India, Sw.Bodh Center for Human Excellence, Michigan, and the Bodhananda Research Foundation for Management and Leadership Studies. We had nice 5 days full of nidarshan and lectures by Swamiji with practical nidarshan and knowledge sharing for guiding us for day-to-day life, I think would be of immense use to us in day-to-day life. I, Rajiv Madhav Shanbag, Superintending Engineer, retired from government, on behalf of AMA and all of us, thanks Swamiji. And as a token of our affection and love to Swamiji, I present a memento to Swamiji.
Thank you very much.